I'm Charlie Merrill, physical therapist here in sunny Boulder, Colorado, and today I'm going to chat with a longtime client and friend, Krista Etnier, who I introduced to a pair of split-toe Tabi shoes months ago. I'm eager to hear her thoughts because she is a movement specialist, she's a Pilates instructor, and she competes both in fitness and bikini competitions, which requires a real mix of aesthetics and athleticism. She also has a diagnosis of Ehlers-Danlos, which means she's a very flexible athlete and requires a lot of muscle control, a lot of strength, a very coordinated physique in order to function at a high level. Krista has taken to this shoe more than any athlete I've shared them with, so let's hear her thoughts. Krista, when I first shared Marugo's high toe, or as it's known in Japan, shitoe, shoe with you, you were immediately taken with it. And I know you've also gotten a lot of attention on your travels and around town. I wonder what it was about this shoe that you connected with, that spoke to you, and also why you think it garnered so much attention.
Well, immediately I loved that it made just my whole body feel better when I started training with these shoes, and they're so light. And I'm always looking for shoes that have support, but that also keep your feet strong, because it forces these 3 points of contact that we want when lifting and training, right, which is the heel, the big toe, and the pinky toe. But when you're not quite paying attention, or you're not on it all the time, you know, it can be easy to revert back to your body's normal habits. I've had a lot of interest too with my clients, because I take them from Pilates to the gym, so they learn how to get like structured there, and it just changed their training too, because again, you can connect to the feet and you can strengthen them. And also what I love about them is you can pack them anywhere, so yeah. I can just slip them in because they're so light and bendy, yet still have the support that you need, so I find that to be really cool and really rare in a shoe, so I can just slip them in anything because I travel so much, yeah. And I take them with me everywhere I go. But I've really used them for training, because you can't go to the gym barefoot, especially in the winter. So yeah, for lifting. And then I never do cardio barefoot, like when I'm training on the treadmill, which I need to do for shows, sometimes up to 2 hours a day. So this was just the alternative to the tennis shoe, and I just got so used to it and fell in love with it that that's all I now can take. And my feet always felt claustrophobic in tennis shoes anyway, so this is perfect. It's like the non-barefoot barefoot.
Krista, will you share a little bit about how you use barefoot and minimalist training, not only at work, but also for lifestyle and in athletics?
When I'm doing my Pilates training, I'm generally barefoot, which is why I have such strong feet, and I stress that to my clients. But you're always pointing and flexing at specific times for specific reasons, because the feet are so integral and connected to the body, but we just often forget about them. And so Pilates trains the awareness of that and kind of the strength, and then the shoe helps take the training from Pilates to the gym, where I will train as a bodybuilder for the fitness category, which is 2 minutes of gymnastics and posing as well. So that has a really rigorous training schedule to it. By the end, you're doing about 2 hours of cardio a day, plus an hour of lifting, and then I'll train in my gymnastics.
You've used these shoes for all of those things?
I have. And what I love about taking this shoe to not just the gym, but in a parkour setting or a gymnastics setting, is sometimes your toes will get bashed around because you're flying off the things and landing on things. But again, you want to have that feeling of barefoot because that's what it is on stage as well. So it's just been really, really cool. And then the traction as well. It gives me a grip. So it's just perfect for training and all of these things because I need to stick my landings. That's really important. So. I've been loving leg day also with these because I do 2 different types of training on leg day. I'll lift, but in between that I'll do jumps because I'm training for fitness, the category. So I've been able to really hone in on specific minor muscles that we develop the awareness of in Pilates and get to train that and just not think about my feet because I often roll out. And this has just kept me in place without thinking stay in or all of that. So it just takes the guesswork out of training too, which is cool.
Krista, you and I have talked a bit about minimalist and barefoot training in the past with regard to your Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I wonder if you're comfortable talking a little bit about how you've used those ideas and the Tabi split toe shoe in particular to help you stay strong and stable so you can continue to perform at a high level.
I mean, honestly, it's everything. I think that the feet, the sacrum, and kind of C1, C2 are super connected. So if you're hypermobile and your feet are a bit misaligned, I mean, it is your foundation, you know, so everything else kind of goes from there. And so if that's misaligned, it's just a challenge, another challenge to kind of overcome. With hypermobility, you're constantly having to find yourself in space and readjust. And although mine is Ehlers, I have a lot of clients also with just hypermobility.
That's why a lot of these people are doing Pilates, right? Because they're a little hypermobile and they want better body control.
Yeah, it is. I always say that Pilates kind of stitches you together again. It just brings everything to the core and the minor muscle groups, and it just leads to so much body awareness.
Yeah, it's making it a habit, right? For a lot of athletes, it's like developing the habit of moving a certain way.
Yeah.
Over time.
And the more you feel it, the more it becomes your new pattern. But for me in particular with Ehlers, I went to, there's very few specialists in the US, and I went to one, and he said that I should be in tennis shoes 24/7. And I live barefoot, and even being in Greece in the summers, you know, just always barefoot. And so that just didn't sound right. And then I asked you about that too, and I have very strong feet. I didn't want to lose all that training and all that control and awareness. Again, it's so easy for it to go, especially your feet. But when you think of them as the foundation of everything, which they are, you gotta have awareness, you gotta have strength. So to put them in a foot box or a tennis shoe just didn't ring true, didn't sound right to me. But I tried it, and it didn't feel that great. And I think that's why I got so excited about these shoes too, is immediately it was like, this is good for my body. Yeah. This is perfect for my body.
Krista, I know you're leaving to move to Greece tomorrow, so I really appreciate you taking the time before you go to talk with me about the Marugo high toe.
These are awesome. I'm just loving them in black.
Will you be teaching Pilates in Greece too?
Hopefully so. I've been studying all the anatomy in Greek terms.
Oh, geez.
But in the summer, I will be training Pilates specifically on the island of Rhodes. And it's really great because I got sent a walking shoe as well. In Athens, everywhere, you walk everywhere, yeah, as is the case in a lot of Europe.
Is it also a Marugo Tabi shoe?
Yeah, Tabi, and it's one is a 360 shoe, and then I also have a split toe running boot, which has been amazing. It feels like running on a cloud. It's so nice. It's just a perfect balance between supported and strengthening yourself. I love it, and I think it's really important.